Well, hello. So, I just got done going over to a house where I'm going to be repairing a whole bunch of windows. And I had to get a list of all the parts and everything I need to repair. So, so far that's been my morning. And now I'm going over to my ex-girlfriend's sister's house to go look at her windows to put in all brand new windows. And then this afternoon I'm meeting with somebody to figure out the path that I'm going to take to become a different type of entrepreneur. And I was, last night I was sitting there just kind of looking at the ceiling, daydreaming a little bit, and trying to come up with something, for a video. And I kind of thought, and I have not put any effort into this, so I don't want you to think that this is a calculated thing. This is just me thinking for 20 minutes and then going to sleep. So, but I got to thinking, I was like, I try to show people how to hustle, how to make money, how to do different things. But not many people know about what type of skills you need to do that. And in my mind, you have two things to benefit you in life, okay? You have talent, which you're born with. A talent is when you're able to decipher musical notes and be able to play a piano, or talent is able to comprehend mathematics or sciences or, vocational skills to where you can apply them in your field of expertise. That is talent. Skills are basically when talent doesn't apply. Skills are things that you work on and you learn and you perfect and you craft and you do all this stuff to have a skill. So people aren't born with skill, people are born with talent. So I got to thinking of some very simple things that you can learn. Some of them take a little bit longer than the other, but on average, if you took 1 week and said, okay, I'm going to practice this one thing for 1 week, you could go out and get a job or be able to make money off this one craft, and just be able to go out and hustle and make your money or side money or whatever you want. And I'll probably do another video later on once I have a chance to think about it, but I'm driving, I'm bored, and I want to talk to you guys. So this is what's happening right now. So the first one, which most people hate to do, most people don't know how to do, and it's one of the simplest, calmest things you can do, is caulk. Using a caulk gun, squeezing out caulk, and making it look good. All right? So when I first started getting into the window and door business, I worked with a guy named Sam. And the first job, now Sam was one of the greatest people I ever met in my life, but he was not a good window installer. Like, he messed up all the time. He had organizational problems. His truck had a foot stack of paper on the dashboard, and I know y'all have seen these trucks driving around, whereas, they're just stacks of paper in the dash, and that was his filing cabinet. Again, probably one of the greatest individual people I've ever met in my life. Someone who helped me become me, so I'm not saying nothing bad, I'm just saying the facts. So when he mismeasured windows and they came in a little small, my job was to caulk the gaps, and sometimes they were, half an inch, 3/4 of an inch. There was one that was 1.5 inch gap, and most people aren't going to know this, but there's different levels of caulk, of sealants. There's good stuff, and then there's the really, really cheap stuff. And the really, really cheap stuff has a lot of water in it, so if you can imagine, it wasn't really stable to do, So anyways, when he brought me in as a helper, because I was trying to do other things and hustling, and he was kind of my money while I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do, he said, if you're going to work with me, you're going to have to learn how to caulk. Okay, because the first day I was horrible. He's like, I don't know what the hell you're doing, but this ain't caulking. So so I said, hey, can I borrow a caulk gun and a case of caulk? He goes, what for? I was like, well, if you want me to learn how to caulk, I got to learn how to caulk. So he actually gave me a case of this cheapo junk, and Hold on a second. Okay. And I went out behind my parents' house and was caulking pine trees. And if you ever seen pine bark, it's like really big, and that's how I learned how to caulk. So that's my story. And that right there got me to where he actually was calling me the Michelangelo of caulk, of sealants. But you know, that is something that I can't tell you how many times that I went out and say, yeah, I'll do it for, you know, $200 and whatever materials, and just caulk the windows that are already in the house. Not doing it, just caulking. You know, so, and it's called weatherproofing now. It has a technical name. But you can go to a lot of different construction or anything that has to do with the house and say, I'm damn good at sealing up. I'm damn good at caulking. Most people will hire you just for that one skill. Okay, or you can freelance and say, hey, I'll weatherproof, I'll seal up this, seal up the cracks in between the flooring and the baseboard. You know, you can caulk the side of a stucco home so it doesn't leak water. So caulking is a really good trade that you're literally buying a $10 caulk gun and a $30 case of caulk, and you are in business, you know, and a couple old t-shirts for rags. And you got a business. You're making money, okay? Another one where you can make a ton of money if you don't even have to be good, you just have to be decent at it, is painting. Okay, so if you can go through and take a roller, roll it, and don't have it fling all over the place, which that's just, you know, paint slowly, you can make a ton of money in painting, you know. So that is something that you can look at, very similar to the caulking thing. So I would learn how to caulk, and then I would learn how to paint. Another thing is, if you have a talent or a skill that you've perfected, if you can draw, okay, you can go on the street and just do any type of artwork, but do it in front of people. People have a tendency to give people money in the arts, because, you know, the whole thing about the starving artist. So if you go on the side of the road and you start drawing stuff, you know, and especially if you can draw like large wall thing, like, you know, let's say you can draw an oak tree on a wall and paint it in. I mean, last time I checked, they were like $1,500 starting off on a budget. You know, most of them going up at $2,000-$3,000 to paint an oak tree on a wall, you know, well, to draw it and then just fill in, you know, color it in. So, I mean, these are very simple things that, you know, you can go get a book on and read it. And within a week, if you honestly try, within a week, you can master any of these skills, and I'm telling you, okay? I keep looking down because I'm driving here and trying to figure out where I'm going. What was one I was thinking about last night? Of course, selling. Now, if you have excess stuff in your life, and selling is an art form in and of itself. I mean, it is probably one of the most difficult things to do, but if you're good at it, you can do anything in the world, okay? Some of the best salesmen I know don't even work. They just talk people out of their money for promises. It's called a con man, but, you know, if you can sell, if you can go up and tell somebody why they need something and have them give you money for it, that right there, you can make as much money as you want to make, and I am not exaggerating. There's a lot of people I know behind the scenes, like going into people's homes, that they have a lot of money and all they do is sell. Okay? They're not buying anything, they're just selling other people's shit. Import, export. Two of the three richest people I ever met in my life. And when I say rich, I'm talking rich. Like here in Florida, we got an area called Ponte Vedra. Okay? This dude didn't have a house in Ponte Vedra. Okay? He had a big ass house on 6 lots in Ponte Vedra. And you figure just the ground on average is about $1 million a lot. So he got $6 million in dirt. Then built this big ass house. Okay, I remember he had a Cadillac Escalade, for his wife to go grocery shopping. Then she had a Mercedes, like a 500 something, but it was like real like sports car for her to go and do the yoga and all the little going out with her girlfriends and lunch. I mean, we're talking, $80,000 grocery getter, $150,000 lunch car. He had a Ferrari Testarossa, like the real one, a white one, like Miami Vice. And then he had a Mercedes, like SUV type truck. He had one of them for doing whatever he did. And he did import-export. And what he did is he went and bought a... well, no, hold on. Okay, so he would go and contract a deal. Okay, so he would say, okay, here's a whole bunch of RC cars, and I can buy them for $8 a piece. Well, he's going to go out and sell them. Now, he hasn't bought anything else yet, but he's going to go out and sell them for, $18 a piece and make $10 a piece on them. Now, this is a simplified explanation of this, but anyway, he would go out, find out how much stuff costs, sell it to people, use their money to buy it, and then he keeps the profit. I mean, that right there is hustling, and I have personally done that with a couple cars. I've done that with some materials, in some of my very first videos. I bought out a door company up in Georgia, and I was using other people's money to buy it because I set up a deal to where I would sell him part of that deal because I wanted some stuff, and I sold the rest to him. So I was making money off him, which paid for all my doors. And that's how I ended up with a bunch of the doors that I have. So, but if you can learn how to sell, and it's as simple as going out, having a garage sale, and getting people to buy your stuff. Not just sitting there, not just saying good morning if you see something, actively engaging and selling. If you can do that, you can take over the damn world. Every politician is a salesman. Every con man is a salesman. Just about every millionaire is a salesman, because if they're not selling something, they're selling themselves. So, that right there, and again, if you can sell painting, you can sell caulking, you can sell artwork, you can sell all, so selling is, I guess, probably the biggest skill that you need to learn. I was raised in a flea market, so I was raised around salesmen and around people who, their only way that they eat or make money is if they were able to talk someone into buying something. Let's see, there was something else I was just thinking about too when I was going over. Oh yeah, that millionaire dude, by the way, well, I should say multi hundreds of millions of dollars. He built a pool house. If I remember, it was 2-story. The pool was downstairs, and then upstairs was like a dance hall, video game center, all kinds of crazy stuff going on. Dude, it was bigger than my mom's house. And my mom got a pretty decent sized house. And I just made a wrong damn turn. Oh well, I'll look around. I've been in an area that I haven't been in many, many years. This is Mandarin. Well, not really Mandarin. I don't even know what this. I'm on Hood Landing over off St. Augustine. But yeah, what was something else here? And when I'm saying the skill, I'm not talking about, oh, you should be a mechanic so you can work on cars, because being a mechanic pigeonholes you. The things I'm talking about gives you a very wide spectrum of different things that you can do with that skill. So yeah, what was it? It was caulking, painting, art, selling. Oh crap! Hey, this is live action right here. This is how it comes sometimes. And I promise you, one of these days I'm going to sit down and write up a script. So, anyways, I guess that's it for now. Nice, simple little. Damn, that was already almost 15 minutes. Huh. So, but yeah, just go out and experiment with your life. Go out and have fun, take risks. Get out of your comfort zone. Oh, and then one other skill I just thought about it is communication, which I guess kind of goes along with the selling part. But if you're not good at communicating, which for my communication skills are subpar, but I get my point across. So my sales skills overrides my lack of being able to say certain words, and the fact that when I mess up, I make fun of myself. I blend that into the conversation. So, even though I'm not eloquent on the way I speak, people respect the fact that I know that I'm not doing it right. And, just like with you guys, I have fun whenever I, misspeak or talk, or, if I don't speak as eloquent as some other people. But I get my point across, and I usually explain myself in a way that most people, can register in their brain, even though I can't talk right. So, where the hell am I? Okay. Nope. Back here in Julington Creek area, and these roads are wackadoodles. Oh, I didn't know. Okay, that was new. Julington Creek, I guess, ends and then starts up again. I didn't know there was two different Julington Creeks. Anyways, I'm not here to give you a map lesson. I'm here to show you about different skills, and I'll think about it some more if I can come up with stuff. Or if you have one, comment below and, tell me what you think is a good skill that can get you a wide spectrum of opportunities to make money, whether it's going out getting a job or just hustling on the side, or, doing things like that. I mean, you would think like lawn care, but that's more of a trade than a skill. I mean, and with lawn care, you need to spend thousands of dollars to get the equipment even started. Everything else, you don't need to buy anything. This is stuff that you can literally start with, half a paycheck or, some seed money from Christmas, and generate a business that you can, do really well on. So, but I'll think about this some more, and I'll make sure to make notes next time whenever I'm laying around thinking of stuff. But for right now, hope everybody's staying on their little grind for the new year, and hope you're happy, and it's a wonderful day, at least where I'm at. Peace, love, money. I'm out.